A beautiful, beautiful good morning to all those that are tuned into Prism Africa, television for the whole family. Dr. B.I. is my name, and of course, with me in studio is Pastor D. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
How is your Tuesday?
Well, the Tuesday's so far so good. Yeah.
Looks like it's the rain season has
officially started. Yeah. Amazing indeed.
Good days of good rains.
Yeah. We expect those obviously. And looking at the rains in Lusaka, like the past 2 or 3 days, 4 days or so.
Yeah, which have flooded the city.
Yeah, flooded the city.
How is your area?
Well, not flooded, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, but I saw quite a number of clips of people trying to, remove water from their yard. And on social media, that is, yeah.
I think it's almost everywhere. My area, along Great East as I go home, there's that Mumana Pleasure Resort, which actually sparkled a lot of conversations. Because when the first rains actually began, that whole place was flooded. Yeah.
And it's surprising that it never happened again. Something must have happened.
I hear the following day, not just a group, it was ministers. The whole state house possibly went there to go check out what was
it doesn't happen again.
What was happening? Because that was a sorry sight to have for one of the most important roads, and not only one of the important roads. It's just next to the hospital.
Exactly.
Imagine.
Exactly.
But I think they've sorted it out.
Because
and found where to take that water. Maybe they've started harvesting.
Harvesting the water. That is what is needed actually. Harvesting that water and just making sure that it's
stored possibly and used for other things. I still don't understand the principle behind harvesting water. It's still a strange thing for me. I've been trying to do my research to find out what exactly happens. How do they? How can you conserve it?
How can you conserve it? Okay, I guess it's an issue of what you're going to do with it after you harvest it. Yeah, you could use it for farming. You could use it for,
no, I have no problem with that. Yeah. My problem is, how long can you keep that water if I'm going to harvest it?
That one,
because
I don't know. But I think what they do is basically maybe direct it into some sort of dam or something, so it collects in there as a big body or something.
Okay.
And so you can use it for
other projects.
Other projects.
Okay, that sounds fair and reasonable.
I don't know what others do, but I know of a place somewhere in Foxdale there where they harvest rainwater. Actually,
we used to do that when we were young, and if by that definition of harvesting, I would do that. Remember when we were growing up, when it's rain season, Mom would ask us, can you get buckets and put outside there? And the rain would drop, the iron sheets, the roofing sheets, have got those points where the water would come straight, and we just put buckets there. After the rains are over, you don't need to go to the tap, because in the early 80s, water was very difficult where we were staying, because we travel distances in order just to go and fetch water. And so when it's rain season, you know that the challenge of going to draw water from a very far distance is
going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pastor J, what are we looking at today?
It's a very funny topic. I don't know if it makes sense, but I've been asking myself this. Hopefully our viewers could be able to help us find an answer. If there are teachers out there, maybe they could be able to help us get behind or go around this situation. I don't find sense. I've been trying for years now, but yesterday it went a little bit beyond me. I was looking at a book properly designed. I'm looking at a book that has proper outline where you're going to write your name, where you're going to write your class, where you're going to write your subject, and yeah, all these outlines are nicely designed. Exercise books.
Yeah.
If you go behind, you even find there's a timetable. Yes, is it? You still call it timetable?
Yes, timetable. Sometimes there's a calendar.
There's a calendar. There's a not timetable. It's what do you call it?
Multiplication table.
Yes, multiplication table. All these are for teaching purposes. You'd call them teaching aids. And then you go to school. The teacher tells you your book is not covered.
Go and cover it.
Go and cover it. Does it make sense? You know, I was asking myself, what is the teacher looking for?
Yeah.
My book is covered. It's got a proper outline. And then I go home and I go to school. My teacher tells me, go and cover it. Or they send back a kid. Can you go and tell your parents to cover your book?
Yeah.
And then I'm asking myself, but what is this that the book has? Wasn't this book designed with a cover? You know, I don't know if it does make sense, but I would love if the teachers could actually help us out on that one. Tell us, why do you ask us to change a proper cover and exchange it for a newspaper?
A newspaper without something that people would, pupils can.
Somehow, you know, you can't. It's newspaper. You have to start looking for where to write your name when the book cover already has got where you can write your name. You have to find where to write your class when the book already has where to write a class. I don't know if it makes sense. Help us have this conversation and tell us what you think about this. Does it make sense to actually go and cover a book that is already covered?
I don't know. Anyway, maybe we should hear from the teachers themselves. But have you tried to ask them why they?
I'm going there.
Okay.
I'm actually going there because yesterday they sent back my books and told my kid and said, go and cover this book. And this is a hardcover. And on top, I'm putting a newspaper because that's the only cover I could find.
Okay, so so if you have any contribution towards that, well, feel free to get in touch with us on the number 0977728000 on the Morning Express. That's a pretty good topic. Maybe Google can help.
No, I don't think Google would work on this one. But it just passes me. Why we actually need to do that.
Puzzling, yeah. I'm beginning to think like that as well. Like, why should you cover something that someone is
already has got
use?
a cover?
Yeah, it already has a cover, and then the
I was
teaching
looking at
aids
this.
there.
Yes, I was looking at my kid's book. It's got teaching aids in the front. It's got a mathematical table behind. And I said, what else is the teacher asking for?
Cover it.
Go on.
So that you don't see it. Maybe they don't want them to, be lazy and use the multiplication table.
If they don't want the kids to use the multiplication table, the multiplication table is actually difficult compared to using a calculator.
But they're using calculators.
Yes, you're supposed to come with a calculator, or maybe it's a business idea.
Maybe
to force the kids to go buy calculators.
I don't know. I'd like to hear.
Maybe somebody it's a business idea. You need to go back and go buy calculators. I don't know. I'm just anyway. Maybe if we go to the teacher and ask and chat, maybe I could be provided with an answer.
Find out exactly why. But and this just doesn't happen in one school, but it happens almost everywhere, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because
my kids have been asked to do that. When I was in school, I was asked to do that, and so could not make sense, but I couldn't ask. And I think there are many things that we actually accept into our lives without even asking why, and they fall into what you'd call traditions. Traditions, most of the traditions that people have adopted, you've never asked.
Yeah, sometimes when you ask
No one gives you an answer.
Yeah, someone will say, no, it's just the way it is.
We found it, yes.
We found it
Our
like
parents did it this way. Our great-great-grandparents did it this way.
Yeah.
When we started school, we covered our books this way. And so we've carried on that tradition without even asking, why did we cover?
Yeah, exactly.
So
it would be a very good idea to hear from the people out there. I know almost everyone has gone through this process.
Even professors, huh?
Yeah. They used to cover their books,
so,
and so
the great professors covered their books.
What's the logic behind it?
Why do you cover the book, which is already covered and has got teaching aids on it?
Okay, interesting one. Okay, so I think we can go for a musical break, and then we'll obviously check if we have any messages from our viewers out there. So
teachers, please get in touch with us and let us know in which year
did this start?
No, maybe it's part of the lesson plan that they have. So we want to know, tell us where does this come from?
It's not looking neat. You should cover it so that it looks neat.
I don't know. If it's about neatness, yes, maybe after 2-3 weeks into school, not even 3 weeks, months into school, yes, the book would look a little bit odd. At that point, it should be just logic for a student to go and make it presentable. But you start in school, it's the first day of school.
The book is new,
looking
nice.
Yes, and you come and tell me, go and cover it. Anyway, we'll be back on the other side, and please, let's hear what your thoughts are. Is it making sense to cover a book that is covered and that is actually provided with good teaching aids? So, we'll chat on the other side.
Isa Yesu uchite visungusho na ifwe tupelo mute. Isa Yesu uchite visungusho na ifwe tupelo mute. Isa Yesu uchite visungusho na ifwe tupelo mute. Naenda konse deshinguluka ichalo chonse mukufwaye chinzo chome ukufunga kwa bulokulya nokulala mumpili nokushinguluka mukufwaye chinzo chome. One more time, just one more time. Isa Yesu, Isa Yesu uchite visungusho na ifwe tupelo mute. Isa Yesu, Isa Yesu uchite visungusho na ifwe tupelo mute. Isa Yesu, Isa Yesu uchite visungusho na ifwe tupelo mute. Naenda konse deshinguluka ichalo chonse mukufwaye chinzo chome ukufunga kwa bulokulya nokulala mumpili nokushinguluka mukufwaye chinzo chome. Kabugisha tabali kolo twale funga lelo twale lala mumpili lelo bese balanda tuli masatanist tabali kolo twale lala mumpepo lelo lo bamitunganye.
Well, we are back, and of course, that was King's Mumbi right there with that song Isa Yesu. We hope you enjoyed that one, and of course, we're looking at the covering of books. Okay, so any ideas that have crossed your mind concerning?
No, I still don't know. I'm looking forward to hear what people think. Of course, we've all done it, but what is the logic behind a brand new book, and then you
with
just
a proper cover,
with a proper cover, and then you cover it.
I'm surprised I wasn't asked that this time around, but probably.
It's coming. Just
coming,
wait.
yeah.
Just wait. It's
So I
coming.
need to obviously go and maybe find out as well.
I hear they've changed the format and how they release results this time.
Oh yes. This time
I hear
around.
there's been an upgrade.
I'm not sure if it's an upgrade, but obviously what happened, especially for the grade 7s, was that you have to check on the internet, and some schools were not actually even giving you a printout. You have to go and print it out yourself. So, yeah.
Okay, when I heard this, also, it's a good move, I would say, it's a good move. But I was also thinking, what happens to my grandma in the village?
The one who doesn't know how to
Use,
yeah, that's
I don't know if that was already put into consideration. But it sounds like a good move, considering the time and age in which we live. Most people have got access to either a phone that is a smartphone,
Yeah.
or they could have access to a computer or a computer center somewhere. Do computer centers, because nowadays, back then would go for computer centers to go
Internet cafes.
check. Yes, internet cafes
Yeah.
to check out mails. But today, now that smartphones,
they are slowly phasing out. Although, okay, most of them that are there will provide probably maybe Wi-Fi services, so you can go there with your device
and access your,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Instead of them setting up those computers and what, they'll just provide you with Wi-Fi.
I've noticed quite a number of business houses or business places or eating places now are actually coming up with a free Wi-Fi service.
Yes,
and
yes,
so I'm seeing the Wi-Fi business, actually the internet cafes, quickly fading
out. Yeah. So I mean, almost like you said, almost everyone has access to a smartphone, access to maybe a pad or something, and they're able to go on the internet by themselves.
From wherever they are, yeah.
From wherever they are.
But then with all that happening, we still have to go and cover our box. Why don't we upgrade? I must, this is a move of upgrades, accepting, what do you call it, technology. Why should we still remain in
the covering of books?
Yes, in the covering of books. Since we still don't find answers.
I hope you get the answers where you'll be going to ask these teachers.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I'd love to hear their point of view.
Let's see, maybe but when I get to ask the teachers, maybe I can come with one teacher. We can see if they can manage to answer that question at 10:30.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm told we need to say our goodbyes because we ran out of time. And so we hope you enjoyed this telecast of the Morning Express. And of course, catch me at 10:30 on the mid-morning dose, and up next is Joyce Meyer. Thereafter, P95 Bits with Stars, and we still have a lot more coming your way. So stay tuned in to Prism Africa Television for the whole family, and of course, catch us later.